Hello, this is Ben Hollifield with a demo of the new and improved Dynamic Knowledge Search version 2 for ServiceNow. If you don't have the Dynamic Knowledge Search app already, you can come and get that at share.servicenow.com. Just visit the Share portal, search for Dynamic Knowledge Search, and you can download that update set, then preview and commit that to your instance. Now let's hop over to an instance where it's already installed. Now, first of all, what is the point of Dynamic Knowledge Search? Now, if you think about all the best support portals that you visit online, one thing they have in common is that they bring the helpful information that you need to you as quickly as possible, as easily as possible, so you can solve your issue as soon as possible. And Dynamic Knowledge Search is trying to bring that experience into ServiceNow. Now, typically, whenever your users come to their ServiceNow portal, they will likely just submit an incident and be done with it. The more savvy users may visit the knowledge base. Some may go and look out for active problems, go to the service catalog, go other places for their solution. What we want to do is bring all those different options in front of your users immediately so that they can solve their problem as quickly as possible. So let's see what this looks like. Now, this is already installed on this instance. So if I come over to the Create Incident Self-Service link, it'll bring up our Create Incident form. And all I need to do is start typing out what my issue is. Let's say my iPhone has a broken screen. So we can start typing screen on my iPhone is broken. And while we're doing that, we're seeing things populate down here on the bottom immediately that might be helpful to us. So we look here and we see that these knowledge articles just populated. Nothing very good there. Maybe some active incidents, but this doesn't really help me. Maybe service catalog. There we go. I have my mobile's Apple iPhone 5 right there. So as an end user, I can come in and if I need to, just immediately order another phone right here from the self-service portal. How about for your technicians? Say your technician is actually entering an incident. Someone calls in and they're having a particular issue. So they say, email is down. While the technician is typing this in, this is already going out and pulling back knowledge articles, problem articles, and incidents that may be useful for solving this problem. So the technician can quickly see different options there. They can see active problems, even active incidents that may be similar. But maybe we got confused. That was the wrong one. It's actually an SAP outage that's occurring. Instantly, this is repopulating with appropriate incidents, active problems, and then active knowledge. And here we can see, oh, there's the SAP outage. They're aware of the SAP outage. We can click that to open up the article. If it's a incident that's already been saved, we can even attach this directly to the incident. So as you can see, this is a quick, very easy way to bring all the information you need to solve problems quicker for your end users and for your technicians. Please try it out. Let us know what you think. If you have any enhancement requests or bugs you find, please let us know. But we think you're going to find this very useful. Thanks a lot. Okay, if you made it this far, you may want to know a little bit more about what's happening behind the scenes with this dynamic knowledge search and what you need to do to configure it for your own uses. Now, as I said, it is just a standard update set. You can preview and commit to your instance. Once it's there, you're going to have a new properties page, Dynamic KB Search Properties. Click on that, you'll have all kinds of options. Some of you may be using the old first generation Dynamic Knowledge Search, and you can continue to use that if your users are fond of it. Just this checkbox here will switch back and forth between the two. We can configure lots of options, maximum number of results to display for each tab. We can have it only apply to new records or to new and existing records. We can also tailor what is displayed. For our task-based forms, this will work on any task-based form, incident, problem, change, catalog, task. You can say, will KB articles appear on a task form? Similarly, will KB articles appear whenever this is used on a catalog item or a record producer, like our ESS create incident page? And we have that option for each, for KBs, for problem records, for incidents, and for service catalog items. We can also go in and tailor what our header is going to look like, whether it says knowledge, whether it says KB, whatever makes sense to your users. And then the sort order for the search results, whether it be number of views, relevancy, last modified. We have various options for each section that apply to that particular type of record, whether it be a KB article, a problem, an incident, or a service catalog result. Further on down, we have some CSS options you can set. Initially, this is set up to be a standard Eureka coloration scheme. You can tailor some of these colors to fit your own branding, as well as tailoring the size of the buttons themselves that say knowledge, incident, problem, change to make them wider, taller, some way to make them more noticeable by your users. And finally, we have system properties that determine which field it's looking at, both on a task-based table and on a record producer. where it's performing the search. Initially, it's just short description. That's probably where you'll keep it. This one is a little bit harder to understand. The way that variables are handled in service catalog items, we actually have to do this IO followed by the sysid of the particular variable that we're searching on. And this is set up initially to the out-of-the-box create incident record producer. However, if you want to put this on any record producer that you have created, all you have to do is go out and find the sysid of that variable, put it in here, and it'll instantly start to work. So once we have the system properties all set, what do we have to do to actually make this work? So for task-based tables, whether it be problem, incident, change, whatever you're using, all you have to do is go to the header, click personalize, form layout, and then you're just going to find this dynamic knowledge search item. It'll be in the left slush bucket, and pull it over and put it wherever you want, usually under the short description. An improvement in the generation 2 search that we have here is there is no longer a client script required. It's just a matter of setting your properties and then pulling the formatter right over into your form. For record producers, there's a bit more involved. And we'll show you what's involved there. So we look at this create incident record producer that we demoed. We go in there, and we actually have to create a variable to hold our macro. And if we look at our variables here, we'll see we have one called dynamic knowledge search. And all you need to do is create a new variable and use these settings. It needs to be of type macro. The question and name do not matter. Those will not be displayed. And then for the macro, you need to define this dynamic knowledge search as the type. Once that's done, you just save that, put it onto your form, and then remember that sysid we just saw that you use in your system properties? It's just a sysid of whichever thing you want to search against. So say we're searching against this please describe your issue comment box. All we got to do to enable that search is go over here, right-click the header, copy the sysid, there it is, and then go back into our properties and paste that right in, being sure to maintain this IO in the front. Paste that in, and you're good to go. So it's easy as that. This is a vast improvement over Generation 1. Configuration is much easier. As you can see, it's also much prettier, more powerful, more results, and it's also quite a bit more efficient on the back end. So it's a great tool. We hope you guys find it useful, and please let us know any feedback.